on to the topic, family. Now, on to the topic of the day. So I am a father of five, and I say it all the time because my platform with the reason for me doing all of this, the antithesis of me doing all of this is based around my early struggles as a black man trying to be a father. I had four kids by the age of 23 years old by two different women. So it was a struggle just trying to be a man, right? It was a struggle just figuring out the best way to approach this situation coming from a broken home myself. So I didn't have a this isn't a new story though. A lot of my brothers in the community have had to do things the same way, where you didn't have a father yourself. You meet this woman, get into a sexual relationship with a woman before you even know who you are, before you even know how to value a woman, before you even know how to pick the right woman, because you don't necessarily know who you are. And at times when doing this, the reason why I want to talk about this is setting the proper expectations. And let me tell you what I mean by that, right? If you're a black man and you have children, it's extremely important that you not only keep your word to your kids, but you be as transparent as they age will allow. And I say that because as a young father myself, I was not truthful about certain situations because of my ego. Like, I didn't want to say that I didn't have money. I didn't want to say that I didn't know what I was doing. You see what I'm saying? So I'd make up excuses. I would just kind of string them along to a degree. And even though, me and my kids, we have things that we're still working out. But when I look back at their youth, it's obvious to me why there could be some resentment there. It's obvious to me why they are a little reluctant when it comes to certain things, because I wasn't as transparent as I needed to be, and I didn't set the proper expectations. If you're a black father and you don't have money, you have time, family. If you don't have money, be honest about that. Look, I'm working this little job, I'm paying child support. Another thing I struggled with is I didn't know how to approach a situation with my child. And let's say I'm not in a relationship with his mom. I didn't know how to approach this with knowing that she had a part in this too. Like, whatever moment I'm going through that may be based in my dysfunction, the woman had a part in it too. And I didn't know how to express this to my kids without shitting on their mom. So I wouldn't say nothing, because I was big on that. Like, I didn't want them to feel any way about their mothers based on my words. I'm not too sure if they felt the same way, but I didn't want that to happen. So I'd make excuses. I would say why I couldn't do certain things, and all of that led to resentment. All of that led to like a fractured relationship, especially when you're dealing with boys, right? That's why I always say, or I stress the importance of knowing who you are. That's why knowledge of self is so important to me. Knowing who you are and protecting your seed. Like how we start our families in America, black men in America, not all of us. Let me be clear. Not all of us, but a lot of us be on bullshit. Having a baby at a young age as a teenager, that's strike one. Having a baby with a woman that you only been knowing for a year and a half, 2 years. This is my opinion, family. I'm of the belief that you should be over 21 when you have a baby, and you should be in a stable relationship for 3 to 5 years. That's what I believe. So when the child finally comes, you know exactly who this woman is. You know exactly who you are. You guys have had talks about college. You guys have had talks about what type of school you want them to go to. Like, I'm sorry, family. This shit to me should be the normal. Should be the normal, right? The proper expectations need to be set. This should be the normal. And I have to, as much as I talk about racism, as much as I talk about the systematic the systematic indifferences that we have to face in this country, all that shit is real, right? But we have a say. And I always say this, I'm not going to let y'all off the hook. As black men, the whole baby mama phenomenon, this is horrible, family. This is horrible, and we listen to hip-hop like a part of our culture kind of normalizes some bullshit. You shouldn't have hella baby mamas everywhere. I don't care how much money you got. Any kid that has to go to multiple households, ask your child. Fathers out there, if you got a kid, now I'm not saying they don't love you, they don't love their mom. If you got a kid that lives with the mom sometimes, lives with you sometimes, Ask them if they prefer that. Or if they would prefer being in the goddamn house with both of their parents. We have gotten so far away from normalcy now. It's a two-part answer because this system has played a number on us. The welfare system, the war on drugs, there has been a deliberate attack on the black family by this country. That's a fact. Like, we're not going to get away from that. That's a fact. But the next step should be, what are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit back and complain and act like we don't have a say-so? Like, man, look, my father's out there. If you got a young man, 15, 16, 14, make sure he values his seed. Make sure he's not running around town just trying to conquer women just so he can be on some man shit now. I'm not saying that a young man can't have fun. A young man can't figure out what type of woman he wants, and that may take dealing with different women, but there's a responsible way to go about that. Like, all of our young men should know how to put condoms on at 12, 13 years old. This is my opinion. They should know how to put condoms on. We should have conversations with them about starting their family the right way. If I done a story earlier about LeVar Ball and how ultimately he got two of his sons in the NBA. One of them may be getting in. This is an example that all of us can follow, right? Take the time and energy and put it into our families. Like, I tell everybody this, one of the most revolutionary acts you can do as a black man is to be a dedicated father. Now, it's brothers in the community that do their thing, that never had the kind of problems that I put on myself. As far as being 17, having 2 girls pregnant, thinking I want to fuck everything I'm looking at, like being hella irresponsible, not wearing condoms, not thinking about my future, right? Not thinking about what kind of school my kid's gonna go to, not thinking about what kind of house I want to raise them in. I had my kids, then I started thinking about all this shit. Then I started reading books. Then I started understanding that I was a part of the problem in the community. And yes, I mean that. If you in any black community in America and you just having kids here, having kids there, you're a part of the fucking problem, family. You're a part of the fucking problem. One of the biggest problems we face today, because look, I know a lot of young men who are bright kids, who are very smart, who got a lot of things going for them mentally, right? But we need to realize if a child, a boy specifically, both girl and boy, but if a boy is in the home and it's just a woman, this is an imbalance, family. We've normalized some tragic shit. It shouldn't be a woman, just a woman in any of our households. Now, granted, you can spend 6 years getting to know a woman, spend hella years romancing her, spend hella years figuring out what y'all want to do, and then y'all can have a baby, and the shit can still not work out. That happens. I'm not saying that just because you do it the right way, you're going to get the right results, but let's keep it real. How many of us is actually focusing on doing it the right way? And yes, I say that's the right way. People be telling me all the time, it don't matter if you 18 and you have a baby, you need to love the baby, love the situation. Fuck all that. When a baby is small, yeah, they cute, cuddly, the shoes is hella cheap and shit, they smell hella good. What about when they 10 and 11 and need tutelage? What about when they 6, 7, 8 and need to know how to read? I'm tired of seeing my people, when I go to the side of town that I'm from, South Sacramento, and I go in Walmart and I go in the store and I see these chicks with hella fake hair down to their ass. The little boy got some bummy ass shoes on, his nose is running, his hair not brushed. I think, God damn. God damn, when are we going to stop this shit? Because yes, the system did a number on us. So what do you do with that information is the question. You know what you do? You learn from that shit. There's a maze that's been set up to attack your black ass. That's facts. The question is, how do you get through this maze? Do you just run through it blindly and fall into shit and say, oh, I didn't know that? No. Everybody got these goddamn phones. There's enough information out there today to have an acute understanding of what's been done to your people and what's still being done to your people. And if you learn this shit, you can avoid some of this shit. If you learn it, you can begin to love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to love me. That's just 100 right there. So you learn to love yourself first, then you can go out in the community and love our people, man, because we need it. You see everything going on, and people want to argue me down about